know what time it is. It's the Dougherty Show!
All right, guys. It's your boy, Derek, back with the Dougherty Show. How's everyone doing today? I got Brother Dan on the show. What it do, Brother Dan?
Doing great today, Derek. How we doing?
You know, just living the American dream, just slaving the network every day. Just kidding. I'm not really doing that. I'm doing whatever I can to do to make myself 1% better every single day. So, some of the topics we're going over today is the Sky Judge proposal, and we're also going to be talking about free agency, and it's been crazy ever since the onslaught, of what they call the salary cap situation. Didn't really get extended this year. I think it might have decreased one of the two, but after that onslaught, free agency has been nuts. But yeah, let's get into it, guys.
Let's roll.
So, Sky Judge proposal. The Ravens proposed it again. John Harbaugh, man, he has been a huge advocate for this. They just want to put a Sky Judge like in this little booth right above the stadium or somewhere where they can just review the entire field. And I think that's an amazing thing. And I don't know why they haven't passed it yet. It's like, why do the fans have all the great technology and we're able to see all these angles and get fucking pissed off at home, and you guys could just put someone in a booth up there just to see them? Like, oh, well, no, dude. No, that was pass interference for sure. Yep, yep, charge them. Okay. That's all they got to do. It's just like, quick, boom, get it done. It'd make the game so much quicker, and not only that, you would probably have less controversies every single year. And that shit happens every single game. It's not like it just happens once or at a championship game or something like that. That's where it's magnified the most. It's probably in the championship games or in the playoffs. But that stuff happens every single day during the season too. What's your take on it, bro?
My take on it, I think it will make the game absolutely better. Look at some of the Saints' recent playoff losses the last couple of years on controversial plays. So having something like that, maybe we wouldn't be talking about the New Englands or the Chiefs. Maybe we talk about like Drew Brees having a couple more rings and such. Like certain teams being robbed of bad calls, which is not the ref's fault. Everyone's human. However, but having a different perspective and view of the game would make the game better.
Absolutely, man. I agree. Like if I get that they're limited, and I know that the refs can only do so much, but that's the thing. Like, if you're on the field, you're on the sideline. That is probably the worst view. That's the only view that you have. You don't have the above view like we do. You don't have like the corner angle views like we do. You need that. So why don't you get a booth, maybe on two sides that do that, or just add it on one side where he could see the entire field up there, and then boom, everything's so much quicker. You just call up there like, hey, bro, did you see that? He's like, yeah, man, that was pass interference. Okay, click.
They didn't go on it like with the teams. They're going to either challenge the player if it was pass interference or not. But, you get more opportunities for other teams to possibly advance or get their fair end of the stick for once. So
Yeah.
I think it's something that is needed.
And I think, I don't know if they did, but I think they were proposing to bring back that rule where you could, challenge pass interference or something like that. I don't know if you could still do that or not, but they need to keep that in there. I think that's what the rule I read earlier, some about the pass interference rule and about being able to challenge it. And I think you should be able to challenge it every single time it happens, because that's a huge, big. I mean, offensive pass interference, I think that's like 5 or 10 yards, maybe not such of a big deal. But for defensive pass interference, man, every time they get there, it's like whatever the spot's at. It's not 15 yards, it's not 10 yards. That's a big, significant difference, man.
Offensive pass interference is still between 10 and 15. I want to say 10, though. 10 sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so too. But for the offense, it's 10 yards. If they do it, they back up. Does it affect them? Yeah, but not as much as someone getting a defensive pass interference downfield, 40 yards down the. That's a huge chunk. You're like, wow, man.
How many games were lost because of a bad call?
Yeah, it's so derailing to a defense, man. Like a big momentum killer, for sure. Especially if you on third down.
This can go on and on, like the last decade, and how many calls were just terrible on those. So Yeah, there needs to be some changes with the pass interference and the whole skybox and be able to challenge it. It's just unacceptable, especially
Agreed.
in the
At least we've gotten a little bit better. Like I know some things we used to be like, dude, like I don't know, I think it was 2018. I think that was probably the worst year for officiating period. We were ripping on them refs hard because they were like being super strict on like the hitting the quarterback, like you could just touch them. It's like boom. They're like, oh, 15 yards. You're like, what? Like
Tom Brady. That's a penalty and an ejection.
it's like, yep, you're out of the game, man. You're like, what? Out of the game? It's like, all I do is flick his forehead. It's like stupid things like that, man. But
flag football then.
oh, and then the celebrations. Do you remember when they used to penalize for the celebrations? Like,
That was whack.
can't celebrate or you're getting penalized. It's like, what? Why? Like that's oh man, it was ridiculous, dude.
I know, I know in high school and college you shouldn't celebrate like that, but when you get to the NFL, it's entertainment. You get paid to entertain. So
I know, and it's like not only that, well, what if it's your very first time scoring a touchdown in your entire life in the NFL? That's you want to celebrate there, right? Like you, you know, I don't know. I feel like that them bringing back the celebrations and allowing that is great. They still don't allow the dunks on the goalpost, which I understand because it messes up the goalpost and that stuff costs money, but at least they let them celebrate. And I like that.
Yeah.
Dude, free agency.
Oh, big day, big day.
It's been wild, man. I just keep getting notifications. I keep checking these. Carl Lawson just signed with the Jets, $45 million over 3 years. You got Philip Lindsay signing a low tender with the Broncos. Jameis Winston's coming back to the Saints on a 1-year deal. Taysom Hill just signed. You said what?
Bud Dupree to the Titans for 16.5.
Oh yeah, Bud Dupree, and they just signed somebody else too. Danico Autry from my Colts, man. They just went up and robbed him right underneath us. Little traitor, just kidding. But Danico Autry is a really good football player. They're getting a really good football player. Their defense is going to be really solid. Solid. Oops, sorry about that, guys.
However, I was questionable on some of the Titans' decisions to let some free agents walk. Corey Davis, he went to the Jets. Jonnu Smith went to the Patriots, which is mind-boggling because the Patriots had a big day of spending in free agency, and they usually don't spend that much in free agency. They're usually a team that's built through the draft. So I think Bill Belichick's like, oh, I'm so mad at Tom for winning the Super Bowl. I'm going to go all in too. So that's how I'm looking at it. I mean,
yeah, the Corey Davis thing, that surprised me. Joe Thomas going to the Texans. There's a lot of defensive linemen that's been swapping around. Your guy from the Patriots just signed somewhere else. I think on the Raiders.
Raiders.
Was it Thurney?
No, that was the Chiefs. He went to the Chiefs for a 5-year deal.
He's from the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I was talking about. Not them, but yeah, to the Chiefs. That was earlier. Oh, Carlos Hyde going to the Jaguars.
Hasn't he already been on the Jaguars once?
I don't know.
Was it the Texans, 49ers?
I think he was on the Texans. He's been on the 49ers. He was on. Who was he on last year? It was the Seahawks?
Seahawks, yes.
Yeah, he might have been on the Jags before, but I don't know. I don't think so. Because they would say something about him returning or something like that.
How about Matt Judon, Patriots?
You said what?
Matt Judon, pass rusher.
Yep.
He was really good with the Ravens. I mean, I like that in New England. That's cool.
He's really solid. You guys got a really good piece right there. Your boy Gronkowski signed back with the Bucks. So did Shaq Barrett.
Yep. Sack Barrett. Oh, I can't wait. Gronkowski, 1-year deal, $10 million. Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty solid. We also got Ronald Darby signing with the Broncos, and he was from Washington football team. When are they going to change that name? And then a big signing happened today. Leonard Floyd from the Bears going to the Rams. That was crazy. I didn't expect that.
Well, he played for the Rams last year too.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Oh, I probably forgot about that, honestly.
Well, they had him line in a rotational role too at linebacker and defensive end. I mean, when you have so many studs in the defense like the Rams do, I mean, you kind of get lost with all that.
I'm still waiting for Gilmore to get traded.
So you want Stephon Gilmore bad, don't you?
Oh, I do. I want him so bad. Your Patriots have actually been on a bit of a spending spree today.
I know Jalen Mills. Oh, DB safety. You move them all down.
Nelson Aguilar.
Like versatile players. We use a lot of different players in hybrid. We can run a 4-3. We're going to run a 3-4. We can do a little bit of everything.
You guys are going all out, though. You got Cam Newton back. You signed Jonnu Smith. You got Nelson Aguilar. And then you got Jalen Mills. And who else you got on the defense? Oh, did you get a defensive lineman, I think?
Yeah, I think we got, he was from the Dolphins, defensive tackle.
Okay. Yeah, so you got some studs. You guys just like, you know what, here, take it. Take it.
Well, we finished 20th and last year. I mean, a lot of players opted out too, so it hurt the defense a lot. Dante Hightower's going to be back. Patrick Chung. Devin McCourty's going to be back.
You think Bill Belichick's mad because Brady won?
I think so. I think he's not done yet in free agency, and I think he's going to make some more splashes, either by trade or the draft.
Yeah?
We still need a couple more receivers.
You already got one. You just signed his name. What's his name?
Aguilar, he's not a number one.
Oops, don't allow. Okay. Who else did they sign? Terrence Brooks. He's a safety.
No, he left the Patriots.
Patriots? I mean, you're got a lot of players here, man. It's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, defense wins championships, right? What does everybody give me bullshit about? Oh, you guys only won because you're defense. So blah, blah, blah.
How do you think the offense is going to play this year with what you've seen so far?
Full offseason of work for Cam Newton, do actual talented offensive weapons now. I think it's going to be good. I mean, he's coming off a foot injury. No, he had COVID. He played well before he got COVID. And then he didn't really have anything to work with the offensive side passing. So I think he's going to throw a lot of touchdowns. I'm thinking around 25 or 26. I think he's going to be able to run the ball, but he's not going to run the ball like he did in past years because the Patriots have a very sound running attack. However, we'll see how that unfolds with Dougherty being gone and everything. But we got Brown back, so.
And you guys will actually have a whole off season to play because last year we didn't have one because of COVID.
Yeah. So, I mean, 7-9 could easily be 10-6 this year, I think.
I don't know about that. I think you guys will go 7-9 again. I just don't see it because I really wanted to see Cam do good, but over the last few years, he hasn't done anything since his MVP year. He had nothing extraordinary. He's just been average. So I mean, I guess if he could just be an average quarterback and don't turn the ball over as much and just be a game manager, he can do really well there in Bill Belichick's system. But if he just keeps trying to force things like he normally does because his receivers aren't getting open or because his offensive line is failing him and he's got to run off out of the pocket and stuff, it's just gonna explode in his face, man.
Yeah, he'll be a lot better this year. I have faith in him. Now, I'm not a Cam Newton fan, but I think he's gonna do really well this year.
I'm a Cam Newton fan. I like Superman.
Definitely not.
I love playing him on the Panthers and just leaping over people and stuff like that, man. Especially the year that he was the MVP, they made him so great. You could just stiff arm people. I'm like, man, I don't even need anybody else on my team. I just need Cam, bro. Let's just go. It'd be like, oh, he just ran for 300 yards a game and threw for 450. Baller.
You think he stiffed on that high school kid during the camp he led him like, I'm rich, bitch. Got my 1-year deal.
Now he's got another 1-year deal.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, at this point in his career, 1-year deals are fine. I still think they're going to bring in a quarterback, though, as competition or a backup role because Stidham didn't do anything.
Henry made a funny comment earlier. He said, well, it wasn't funny, but he said that he thinks Cam Newton's a bridge quarterback, which means that they're there to groom another rookie quarterback that comes in. So I'm thinking he thinks that there's going to be a new rookie that comes there. I'm thinking, what if they trade up for one?
I wouldn't be surprised if they get a quarterback in the first round, and I'd be okay with that. I mean, he's one to talk about bridge quarterbacks because everybody they draft is a bridge quarterback for the Jets, supposedly. We have him for a year, then we'll draft another one the next year.
The Jets are pretty much the Colts' old practice squad, man. They just sign all the Colts players to their team every single time.
Anybody that Ryan Grigson drafted went there.
I probably know like half their team because they played on the Colts roster at some point in their life.
The New York Jets.
Don't get over that because he's gonna start getting mad about that and he's gonna edit that out. The Jags also got Jamal Agnew, who's a wide receiver from the Lions. Let's see who else we got on here.
I feel like Corey Davis going to the Jets. I think that's going to help their receiving core because it really did hurt them losing Anderson a year ago.
Yep, I like Corey Davis getting signed there as well. I feel like he just needs another opportunity to excel. I feel like there was way too many targets over in Tennessee for Ryan Tannehill to throw to. He had Jonnu Smith at the time. He had A.J. Brown. And Corey Davis never really lived up to be that that first round pick. And I feel like they put too much pressure on him. You said what?
Corey Davis played well in some games near the end of the season.
He didn't really shine out until this year. And then last year he sort of did. But I feel like he'll do a little bit better on the Jets. I feel like he's got something to prove. He wants to get that, chip off his shoulder and show the doubters, people like me that were wrong. So I think he'll do good on there. It just depends on who the quarterback's going to be because I don't think Sam Darnold's going to do it.
Yeah, I think the Titans should have kept Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, I agree. But, they couldn't sign everybody. They had salary cap issues.
Yeah, I think Jonnu Smith's going to be a lot better in New England, though, than he was with the Titans.
Oh, Bill Belichick, so glad. All you Patriots fans are happy. You haven't had anybody since Gronkowski.
Yeah, that's true. We drafted like 2 tight ends last year, and I don't even know who they are anymore.
Yeah, are they still on the team?
It might be. I don't care. If they can block, that's good. Good for us, I guess. Just keep them
all out. Jonnu Smith's going to be great because Cam Newton loves tight ends. Remember Greg Olsen?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ball out, man. And then he had someone last year, I think. Not last year, the year before, but yeah.
It's gonna be good.
He's gonna be solid for that team. And I feel like you guys, signing all these, offensive talent shows that you guys are trying to improve and make another run at it. Because I don't feel like you guys are rebuilding at all. You just had a lot of people opt out last season. I don't think any of those guys are opting out this season. I think they're going to come back because I feel like COVID's sort of fluctuating and going away. Yeah. Based on what I've heard and stuff. So hopefully by the time the season starts, we don't have to deal with this stuff anymore. And it's just we have training camp, we got off seasons, we got OTAs, we got all that stuff for these guys to go through. And they can actually progress and learn because Jacob Easton's the Colts backup quarterback now. And he never even got a chance to prove himself in any preseason games or any off season, anything like that. So now he actually gets to go through it. Carson Wentz is going to get a chance to go through it and learn with his offense. He's already thrown with Patman and Pittman out there, in Indianapolis. So I feel like these off seasons are super, super important. This year's definitely proved that.
Well, absolutely, 110%. But it also the players opting out. It gives them the older ones gives them a year to recover. So having a year off, I think, is going to benefit a lot of teams too.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, that's all we got for today. We were just talking about free agency and the Sky Judge proposal. Thank you guys for listening. Follow us on YouTube like usual. And, we're going to be having our Twitch channel. Danny was just talking about Assassin's Creed earlier. He's still doing that. He's almost finished with the game. So if you guys got any advice on that, hit him up.
Questions, how to get Excalibur, Thor's hammer? I will answer those on Twitch.
Yeah. Thor's hammer, all that. Anything that you guys need when it comes to Assassin's Creed, he's your dude. I'm getting slowly better at Madden, facing top people in the world. It's getting lit. And, that's pretty much it. But, yeah, follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitch. Later, guys.
I think I'm a top prospect in Madden. Thank you, guys.
Later.
Pieces.